Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and once upon a time in the world of game development, there was a company called Algorithmic, and everybody loved Algorithmic. They made a couple of very important products in the world of game development. And then in 2019, they were acquired by Adobe. And Adobe are a little bit less loved than Algorithmic were. So what products are we actually talking about here? Well, back in the days when it was still Algorithmic, the two key products were, one was Substance Painter, which is for drawing directly on 3D models. It is probably the most powerful 3D painting application out there. And there's been a couple that have come close in functionality, but never matched what happened. By the way, when Adobe acquired these products, they did what Adobe do, and they made them subscription-based. That's going to be relevant to the rest of this video. The other key product there was something called Substance Designer. Now, this enabled you to actually create textures procedurally, which you could, by the way, then use in Substance Painter. And the combination of Substance Designer and Substance Painter gave you some super powerful capabilities. Again, heavily used in the world of game development for creating textures and obviously texture mapping your 3D models. So those are two very important programs. And again, they have been turned into subscription-based products. Now, since Adobe bought them, they've added a couple more products to the suite. They added Substance Modeler, which is actually a package that they acquired. This is a 3D modeling tool. It works in VR, etc. Nowhere near as popular as the other two tools, but is also quite new. So this is kind of a ZBrush Lite, I guess you could call it. And then we also have Substance Stager, which is like a 3D rendering package. I don't actually know anyone that uses Substance Stager, to be honest, but I think this is kind of an outside of the world of game development. So maybe it's just not me being the ideal client base here. But these are some very key programs, especially Substance Designer and Substance Painter, two really critical programs in the world of texture mapping. Well, comes to today's news. Now, today's news actually came out the end of last week. So on Friday, they announced that they are going to be changing the pricing. They also have kind of did an elaboration of some of the changes they have made to Substance over the last little while, including unmetered access to the 3D assets library. So it used to be limited to 30 to 100 downloads per month. Now you have unlimited access to all of these assets that are available. I guess that's nice, and if you're going to pay a subscription, you might as well get stuff like this. So this is kind of getting a little bit into the Quixel area of things, where you can get pre-configured Substance Designer materials, 3D objects that are untextured, and so on. And then the expanded access is already integrated into Substance 3D workflow, available directly within Substance 3D Painter. So if you want to bring these materials in, you can pull them down. They've got new integrations into it, things like powerful spline nodes and path tools, image to material generation tools. Yes, we're starting to add AI stuff, including Adobe's Firefly, text to texture, and text to pattern functionality. I know everybody wants more AI in their tools. I know, actually, to be honest, when it comes to tooling, I think there's probably a 50-50 split when it comes to AI functionality, but let me know what your opinion is there as well. And then they've done things like paint along path tools and other improvements as well. And then they've updated, again, Stager and other tools that they're adding to the suite. But we've got, at the end, they also have a beta version of a viewer, which is for viewing their 3D content. But finally, we're going to get down to here, and updated to pricing to support continued innovation. So today we're announcing pricing updates to both Substance 3D Collection Plan, which includes Painter, Designer, Sampler, Stager, Modeler, and Substance 3D Assets, and then the Substance 3D Texturing Plan that includes Substance Painter, Designer, Sampler, and Substance 3D Assets. These plan updates will come into effect for new subscribers on March the 25th, 2025, and will become effective for existing members only when your plan renews. So Substance 3D Collection, individual pricing increases will go from $49.99 to $59.99. So you're seeing a $10 per month increase, USD, by the way, and from $549 to $599 for prepaid plans. Substance Collection Teams plans will increase from $99 to, basically $100 to $120. And from $1,200 to $1,440 for prepaid plans. New prices include unmetered access to the Substance 3D assets and reflects the continued value delivered through regular updates and feature additions. And then Substance 3D texturing will increase from $19 a month to $25 per month, and from $220 a month to $250 a month for prepaid plans. Presents the first price adjustment for texturing plans since 2015 and includes new unmetered access to Substance 3D assets, reflecting significant added value for 3D texturing workflows. So there you go. Prices are going up. There's nothing really more to say about it. This additional value is just sort of a lark because you're supposed to provide additional value. That is why you have subscriptions as opposed to a fixed cost pricing. So that is BS, and they can shove it up their because if you know what, people don't like Adobe subscription pricing, but the only upside to subscription in theory is you get these continuous updates. So actually asking about the continued value delivered through regular updates and features, no, that is why you're charging us subscriptions in the first place. By the way, if you do not want to play a subscription, you do have another option, sort of, in that they sell these on Steam as well. These are fixed license versions. Again, a lot cheaper per se. But one of the things I want you to notice here is these are for Substance Painter 2024 and 3D Designer 2024. Now, these are perpetual, but the catch is the 2024 version that gives you free updates on Steam until the end of 2024. For those of you that are, say, missing out on calendars, it's 2025 now. So I don't know what the heck is going on with the Steam versions of the Substance products, because there's no 2025 version available as of yet, and the last version you're going to get is basically going to be frozen in time and no updates there as well. But if you are completely averse to the idea of subscriptions, this is as close as you can get to buying, air quotes around buying, Substance these days. And yeah, one of those things to be aware of. And there are some licensing here. It does not give you assets to the 3D assets, by the way. So one of those things to be aware of when it comes to this particular version. And again, I don't know if they're abandoning the Steam versions of things, but yeah, definitely some news there in the world of Substance. Yeah, so I don't like the way that they're saying that their prices to represent the updated value, because again, that's why subscriptions are there. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.